You're about to spend thousands of dollars with a marketing agency, and there's a 75% chance you're going to get burned. I know this because for years, I've been cleaning up the messes of marketing agencies and the work that they've been doing for businesses. In this video, I'm going to go over the 5 red flags that separate a good agency from one that's going to take your money and run. Let's dive in. Over the past decade, I've helped literally hundreds of businesses with their digital marketing. And I've seen all there is, from the horror stories of people taking money and running and just not seeing the results that they had hoped for when they signed up to that agency in the first place. But these 5 warning signs are going to prepare you for what you need to know before signing that dotted line of the proposal. Red flag number 1. They are so fixated on vanity metrics and focusing so heavily on vanity metrics. This is the first red flag. Being obsessed with vanity metrics is going to get you nowhere. Having 10,000 likes on your Instagram sounds great, but in 2025, they're more and more meaningless. You can't deposit those followers into your bank account. What you need is leads. I had one specific client in the tourism space come to me saying they've been spending thousands of dollars with a social media agency for years. And what that social media agency was reporting on was simply impressions and reach. Sounds great, right? Not really, because those impressions and reach are not paying that monthly retainer to that agency. So at the end of the day, if that agency is not fixated on the actual leads going into your business, then what are they doing? So the question to ask the agency is, how do I measure success? And how will I know this is working for my bottom line? Red flag number 2, the one-size-fits-all package. Now, if a company is offering the one-size-fits-all package, there is a good chance they're the jack of all trades, master of none, or they're outsourcing all that work to some other agency, potentially in some other country overseas. Offering cookie-cutter packages, if you see it, you should run, okay? Because there's a good chance they're maybe offering some sort of a good deal or discount, bundling in your SEO with your social media and your website. Sounds fantastic, but really, they don't really know what they're doing in each of those areas. Maybe they're a specialist in one of those areas, which is great. I used to be that. Back in 2015, 2016, when I had my social media agency, and somebody came to me saying they want to do SEO, I would try to sell them off of SEO because they didn't offer it at the time. I would just sell them on social media because that's all I knew. But nowadays, a lot of people are outsourcing that work to other partners and other agencies, inevitably creating a scenario where there's broken telephone, right? You talk to agency A that has to go and get a report from agency B. There's all this back and forth, and chances are something's going to get lost. A great example of this was a landscaping company we were working with. They were working with another agency for years, doing a lot of their daily posting on social media. But when you look at the daily posting, it's generic stock photography. They're doing nothing to help that business separate themselves from the competition. So in a lot of those cookie cutter type of agencies, they're built in a way to help themselves scale. So they make life as easy as possible. Specifically, an agency that's only focused on one niche. If you're only focused on one niche, how many other of those landscaping companies out there are getting the same stock photography, the same copy, the same content? Those companies, those agencies that are working specifically in industries, not all the time, but sometimes they're just trying to make their lives as easy as possible and create very generic blah content. In 2025 and beyond, you need to separate yourself from the competition by being more creative. Get content that stops people from scrolling and separates yourself and your content from the noise. Red flag number 3, no clear reporting or transparency. This is a big one. If you have an agency sending you a 47-page report that looks like it was generated from NASA, they probably don't understand the report themselves. So a lot of those reports are just created with a click of a button without any really thought into the data or understanding the data. Or does that data actually even matter to your end result, which could be getting leads or generating sales, right? How does this data contribute to that end goal or that end game? These are important things to note. Sometimes that long, sexy report is not really helping you at all and just creating things in a situation where they're just murky, right? So how do you get more clarity? Well, it's understanding what in the report actually matters to your bottom line. For example, we had a client that was spending thousands with a Google ad agency for years, and that Google ad agency was just sending a generic report over months without any real explanation in terms of what's having an impact on those results. Why are the results getting worse or getting better, right? You need to have that feedback to understand the report so you know where to move things in your business. If you're an e-commerce shop, what products are selling more than others during certain times of the year? What ads are actually generating conversions during certain times of the year? This is important information for your business and your bottom line, because this information can help you pivot things in your business. Red flag number 4, promises of instant results. You see this all the time. I guarantee I'm going to make you money or you don't pay. There's a good chance a lot of these people are newbies starting out. Hey, I would do the same thing. If I was a brand new marketer and I need clients, I'll work for free for everybody without I need to create case studies for myself. I need to create testimonials. Hey, I'll work for free if you give me a testimonial. Sure, you can do that. If you're a startup business, why not? But there's a good chance things might flop, or they might be testing with your money, right? So good marketing is built like a muscle. You don't get jacked up in a week, right? It takes time to work that muscle. It takes experience to understand what's worked in the past. The benefit of working with an experienced agency is you get the benefit from all the failures that the agency had in the past. All those marketing campaigns gone wrong. This is one of the benefits you get by working with an experienced agency. So what should you expect from your agency? You should expect honest timelines, incremental improvements every so often, constant reporting that makes sense, and agencies that set proper expectations from day one, not just a bunch of hopeful guarantees thrown into a proposal. Lastly, red flag number 5, they won't show you their own results. You see this all the time. I've been saying this one for years. An agency that can't generate their own leads wants to generate yours. An agency with a terrible website wants to build you a great one. You really need to audit that agency and what they're doing for themselves before you give them your money to spend on your behalf. I love looking at the page transparency of other agencies. Go and see the ads that agency is running for themselves on Google, on Meta, and say to yourself, is this good marketing? Is this the kind of marketing that I want to have done for myself? Right? So this is a good question to ask yourself. See what they're doing for themselves. Ask them to tell you the reporting of their own marketing and see how that's going, right? An honest agency will be transparent with you and tell you this works, this doesn't, this is how much we're spending on a monthly basis. Here's the creative that's worked. Why not go through an audit of their own campaign, right? Now that's taking it a little bit far, but why not? If you really want to proof an agency to see if it's the right one for you, find out what they're doing for themselves first. So again, just to recap, here's what you should look for in a real marketing partner. Industry expertise. They understand your specific type of business and challenges. Integrated approach. They don't just do social media. They don't just do Google ads or SEO. They understand how all of the pieces work together. Third, transparency. You can understand their reports and strategies and they're clear. Realistic timelines is number 4. They set proper expectations and deliver constant results. And lastly, that proven track record. They can show you real results for real businesses just like yours. If you found this video helpful, give a like, subscribe, comment below. I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for watching. See you soon.